Okay, this is The Year of Billy Miller, Part 3, Chapter 2. Once inside the restaurant, Sal was a different person. She became chatty and playful, almost giddy. "I love it here," she said. "I really, really love it here." So did the girls. She kissed the Drop sisters one by one and then plunked each one down on the seat beside her. Gabby had requested a booth to accommodate the Drop sisters, which also made enough space for everyone's mittens, hats, scarves, and puffy winter jackets. "There sure is a lot to look at," said Gabby. "It's like being inside of a pinball machine." Billy was mesmerized. They were surrounded by blinking lights, paper lanterns, and flickering traffic signs. A train ran continuously on a track around the room. The track was attached to a ledge that was mounted to the wall. Brightly colored, miniature, hot air balloons inched back and forth on wires overhead, crisscrossing the ceiling. A larger papier-mâché and large papier-mâché animals were stationed between the tables. Billy's favorite was a lion, whose mouth was wide open, showing a mountain range of jagged teeth. But the best thing about Ruby's cupboard was the food, especially the onion rings, which were as big as donuts. It was the kind of food Mama and Papa didn't approve of, except on special occasions. So Billy tried to enjoy every single second of every single mouthful. While they were eating their hot fudge sundaes, the family at the table next to theirs broke into a lively rendition of "Happy Birthday!" "We should celebrate something," said Sal. "No singing," said Billy. He did not want to be embarrassed. We could celebrate your dad's show or the beautiful snowfall," Gabby suggested. "We could celebrate me," said Sal. "I know," said Billy. "We could celebrate the Year of the Dragon. I'll show you." He searched his jacket, dug into one of his pockets, and pulled out two things, an envelope and a pearl. "Almost forgot about these." "What is it?" asked Sal. Her eyes had zeroed in on the pearl. "Mrs. Silver had told us that it was the Year of the Dragon today. The Chinese New Year started on Monday. It's different than our New Year because theirs is lunar, which means the moon," Billy explained. "He didn't do anything special at school for the Year of the Rabbit, so Miss Silver had a dragon party today. We ate tangerines because they're a symbol of good luck, and we watched Chinese dancers on the computer." Billy paused, trying to remember every single thing Miss Silver had taught him. "The dragon can be the head of a donkey and the body of a snake, or it can just be a dragon." "But what's that?" Sal asked, still focusing on the pearl. "Oh," said Billy, "the dragon carries a pearl in its claws, and the pearl means it has supernatural powers. So Miss Silver gave one to everybody." He held up the pearl and rolled it between his fingers. "It's magic." He acted as if the pearl were coming to life in his hand. "What's the envelope?" asked Gabby. "It's an empty envelope, but it has a dragon stamp on it. It's official. A real stamp. Miss Silver's brother works at the post office. See?" Billy presented the envelope so that Gabby and Sal could look at the dragon stamp. "Mrs. Silver had said that we should write a letter to someone." "To wish them a happy Lunar New Year?" asked Gabby. "Sure," said Billy. "Or Miss Silver said that we could use it for a thank you note or to tell someone we appreciate them. She said no one writes letters anymore, and it's a nice thing to do." "You could write Mrs. Silver a thank you note for the envelope," said Sal. Gabby smiled. Billy shot Sal a dismissive look. "Can I have the pearl?" asked Sal. "Nope," said Billy. Gabby clapped her hands. "Okay, everyone, get a spoonful of ice cream. On the countdown of 3, we'll eat it. Then make a dragon roar and roar softly. And we'll have a good year." Gabby counted. They all ate. They all made dragon faces. They roared. "I couldn't eat another bite," said Gabby. She pushed away the remnants of her sundae. She sighed loudly and placed her hands on her belly. "Oh, do you have a food baby?" asked Billy. Gabby laughed. I think I do," she said. "Where did you learn that expression?" "Kids say it at school." What's a food baby? Asked Sal. It's when you eat too much, said Billy. Your stomach feels big and you feel like you're having a baby. Boys can't have babies, said Sal. Well, boys can have food babies, said Billy. Okay, you two, let's bundle up and let's go home, said Gabby. It took them a while to dress for outside. Can I get a cup of coffee to go? Billy asked Gabby as she adjusted his scarf. Are you crazy? She said. You don't drink coffee, and you'd be up all night. That's my plan, thought Billy. Gabby tugged Billy's knitted cap over his eyes and then pulled it up and flashed him a toothy grin. You're funny, she said. She tossed a pillowcase with the drop sisters over her shoulder like Santa Claus with his bag of toys and led the way out the door into the wintry world. It's cold, said Sal. It was, and Billy felt the cold press against his face, stinging his eyes and nose. But deep within himself he felt a core of warmth. Because of the food and because he was getting excited about staying up all night. As they trampled to the car, Sal tweaked Billy's jacket sleeve. Snowflakes were catching in her eyelashes, turning them to lace. What are you going to do with that magic pearl? She asked. I don't know, said Billy. And he truly didn't. He didn't know one thing. But he did know one thing. He was not going to give it to Sal. He didn't really think the pearl had supernatural powers, but she thought so. And that made the pearl very powerful indeed. Chapter 2.